Hello guys, Alex Fedotoff here, and today we have very interesting guests. We have Kevin and his partner Adnan. So these are guys inside of our e-commerce scaling secrets program, and guys brought in today some insights for TikTok ads. You've done, you said like 300.
Yeah, around 310k euros in the last 3 months.
Nice, and with pretty decent ROAS. You said like 3.5. You've been getting
exactly. August was 3.5. We did 130 in August at the 3.5.
Nice, very nice, guys. So yeah, tell me about your background. That's like your first store, like your first business, like how you guys got into like e-commerce in the first place?
It was a long background. First time dropshipping was like almost 4.5 years ago. But we joined the program. I joined the program before me and my partner Otto actually met up. It was like 1.5 years ago, and did well on Facebook, but then as usual, had troubles with the profiles and the accounts. And then we got hit this year in February or March with the bans. So we thought, like, what is it that we can learn from this? How can we go out of this and make it a blessing in disguise? And in the end, we figured out, like, we need to swap over to something. And Otto actually introduced us to our TikTok guys, to our TikTok reps. And now we have the privilege of advertising with an enterprise account. And it's been very good for us so far.
That's awesome. And so, all right, so TikTok as a platform, right? Like, can you give me kind of like a brief, kind of like, okay, so here's what's working, here's what to do, here's what not to do on TikTok. Here's obviously, I know it has kind of like limitations in terms of like volume that you can do there. Like, I mean, you cannot do like $50,000, $100,000. I mean, maybe you can, but like, I mean, it have to be like very kind of like diversified. So what's working on TikTok for you guys?
So, I mean, the motto, this kind of slogan they have for their advertisers is make TikToks, not ads. And at the start, it sounded to me like a kind of cliche thing, what you talk to you about with your advertisers, but it's really true. The creatives are more, I feel like, even more king than on Facebook or Instagram. It's all about hitting the nerve of the platform. Like you're doing TikTok, you're doing the ads, the creatives you have. We only edit them on the TikTok platform itself, like on the app, actually on the phone. So our lady who does the creatives for us, she's wonderful, by the way. She actually uploads all the clips. We have the raw files into TikTok, and the text files, the text she adds over it, and the stickers and the effect are all done within TikTok. Just because it helps so much hitting the right nerve and getting the tone right, getting the feel right of the creative, so it looks like an absolute native video. So for example, that
for a TikTok ad is really. It really has to look like TikTok, and in the beginning, it feels really wrong to make it look like this because it doesn't really look like advertisements, and it must not look like advertisement on TikTok. So it has to be a little bit, I don't know how to say it, like trashy. But actually, bad camera quality is okay. This is what people want. You want to keep it really simple, just like everybody on TikTok, like really close-up videos, and doing what everybody on TikTok does is actually the right way to go for.
That's awesome. So, okay, so in terms of like sourcing that initial content, like, do you guys still follow the same process? Like, hey, let's go on Ad Spy, for example, let's source like 3-5 of these, best performing ads, and let's edit those together. Or it's totally different. You just like reaching out to someone from day one, hey, we'll send you the product. Can you make like TikToks with it, and we'll pay you like $100? Or how this works in terms of like content sourcing?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, product research starts with the availability of existing creatives for us for a long time now. So initially, we launch products initially with existing footage we find. In best case scenarios, this is, of course, TikToks. Existing TikToks we find through hashtags. And just using the search function and typing in our product and then scrolling through all the TikToks and seeing which footage we can take. And if it's a well-performing product for us after the initial test, we have a lady who's doing the video shooting for us, and we just send it to her. She's doing the video shooting. Then the video shooting lady creates a task for the TikTok creative lady, and then she makes the creatives, and then I, as an ad buyer, I'm using them. That's the general process.
Cool. So, okay, it goes kind of like you sourcing the content that's already kind of like on the platform, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
In best case scenarios, yeah, that's the case. If we can't do it, then we try to get videos from YouTube, but those aren't TikToks. So it's like sometimes they're too high quality. Sometimes it's just not the right feel to it. It's not this weird, trashy. I don't know, like people who are on the platform, they might know what I'm talking about, right? Like this weird
Yeah.
tone to them, right?
Yeah,
So
like if you think about it, like so from the perspective of like, geez, I mean, you've got like literally like what, like 1 second, like 2 seconds. I mean, I think it's like it's going like up or down, like I don't know, like I don't
yeah,
have
you
It's
scroll
downwards, you
through
swipe
like
like
this.
this.
Yeah.
so crazy. I mean, like your like span of attention is like literally like a second, like I mean, there's non-existent almost, right? Like because
Yeah.
if they see it's something, oh, it's some they want to sell me something. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it. You know?
You
And
need
up
to
to
hit
the
that
next
sweet
one.
spot on the videos, and we're actually still figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And sometimes we're really surprised on what works because I mean, in the beginning, we didn't have the TikTok lady. Obviously, we started ourselves, and I did the creatives. And whenever I thought, okay, this is literally the worst video I've ever cut and made and put together, that thing just slapped. It just worked. It took it. So it's sometimes funny. Sometimes it's complicated text or like really a lot of text. Sometimes it's just one little text snippet. Sometimes it's no text snippet. Sometimes it might be the music. So nobody really knows. And this is kind of like drop shipping, but on creatives, you do try and error as much as you can, see what works. And yeah, just if there's no content, well, you kind of make content with what you find.
All right. So in terms of like, you're from Germany, right? Like Kevin?
Yeah.
You're from,
Yeah, we're both from Germany.
oh, you guys both from Germany. So
Yeah.
do you guys like, with that in mind, like, let's say, so you're from Germany, do you go like local market, let's say just like focus on German market, or you just go like big, like worldwide market and
Yeah, good question. We have a German store and we have a Swedish store. And we just opened up a UK store, which we're very excited about with our store manager from the UK. So we're doing these European markets, and so it just works very well for us. And we feel like we were one of the first people coming in. Well, not one of the first people. We hit the nail early. We hit the road early on TikTok, and it definitely benefits us here in Europe.
So in terms of the competition, you would say it's like not much competition as of now?
It's like when we started out at the beginning of June, there was not a lot. I feel like now you can see how CTRs drop a little, CPCs rise a little. So and CPMs rise as well. So I really feel like competition is coming in, especially for Q4. Everybody kind of realizes, hey, I can't sleep on TikTok. But yeah, so it's still, I feel like not a lot of competition.
Yeah, it's like Gary Vee says, like marketers ruin everything.
Yeah.
It's like whatever new like advertising platforms, like at the beginning, like few first people figured it out, made money with it, and then like more people come in, and then like it just goes to shit, and like and then what's the next advertising platform, right? Like everyone is like
CPCs go up to €2 per click, and yeah, shit's gonna real.
We hope not.
Yeah.
We hope not.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So any kind of like particular thing. So in terms of like let's say product research or what works like for products on TikTok specifically, I talked to he's also in the program, Tristan. Like he's done good numbers with TikTok as well. And so he's like, for example, for him, he said, I think he told me like the price point is not kind of like, it doesn't matter as long as kind of like it kind of like matches your demographics or something like this. So have you guys found like more success with lower ticket products and or like higher ticket products? What works for you?
I think our most expensive products is €35.
35. Okay.
Yeah, that's the top, and our lowest is like, so we usually have €20. That's our main price point. So pretty low. And in terms of the type, I would say just these very viral type products that, on Facebook, you can kind of target down to a specific niche very well.
Yeah.
So if it solves a very nice problem for, I don't know, like an electrician or, you know, a handyman, that can be a very great product. And on TikTok, the targeting is like Facebook, but 7 years ago or something. So I wouldn't count on that when picking products. We do very general. We always launch, we can talk about how we launch products in a second, but before we do that, just in general, we never do any type of demographic, like niching down for products. We only
do go like very broad in terms
yes,
of
100% broad. Like
we just
demos.
let TikTok do it. We drop our creatives and Kevin hits the play button and then it just goes off. I mean, we've tried everything, but actually a funny fact, you know that like that bar on Facebook that shows you like how big your target group is when you set up an ad.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really change on TikTok when you actually niche down to to a certain demographic or interest group or whatever. It doesn't at all change anything. Maybe 1 million people or something, more or less, but it's actually always the same group. So what we found is that if you let TikTok do its job, can work pretty well. It doesn't work pretty well every time, but it usually does for us.
With broad products, like with very, very broad products. We only we advertise products that not everybody could use, like, but a lot of people can use, you know, like the type of products are like phone cases or like spinner stuff, you know, everybody can kind of buy that. So those types of products.
Not much targeting, just kind of like wide appeal products. So in terms of the market capacity, so like how many users, for example, do you know like how many users like of TikTok, let's say in Germany?
Yeah. So it's around, we advertised in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, German-speaking area of Switzerland, and it's around 20 million in that area. But what you have to understand is the CPMs are very, very low. Like usually we have, when we launch a product, it's like €1 CPM. So you reach like very quickly, you reach a lot of people.
I see.
And so it's not like this 20 million is a lot, yes, but we realize the capacity of the market. Like we can't scale like to a certain point because then we see, okay, frequency goes up or this or that because we reach so many people. Like imagine if your CPM is like €1, then you know you reach many people per day. If you spend like $500 on a product, that's a lot of people.
Wow, yeah, it's 500. Okay, so it's 500. It means like 500. It's like half a. Okay, so 500.
Yeah, you reach 500,000. Yeah, you reach 500,000 people in one day with one product. So naturally, it's actually funny. We started out. This might be resourceful as well. We started out just with one product.
Yeah.
And once we hit a winner, we just went with that for like 20 days or something. And I always tried out different scaling methods, but they never really worked over, let's say, a spend of 800 or 900 per day on that product. And then scaling higher, it never really, like it reached that threshold, right? So then we swapped our strategy towards running multiple products. And now we're just, every time we're just running 6, 7, 8, 10 products at one simultaneously.
Oh, wow, I see.
So we're doing a lot of testing, and actually me and Kevin, like I think that was one of our OKR discussions, which was pretty important for our business. We talked about like, how can we get to 10K days, to 15 to 20K days? How do we get there? And actually like that one little variant we had was like increasing budget, but it didn't work just like on Facebook, because on Facebook, as soon as you increase budget, okay, ROAS goes down a little bit, but still you make more money, you make more revenue, and in the end, more money. TikTok was, just scaling, trying more products. And actually, as soon as we try that, you can check our revenue. Just went from like a pretty steady level, it just shot upwards. It skyrocketed kind of.
You're basically now kind of like going in direction of like, hey, this like general store, you know, whatever sells, you just test it out, and just like some products you scale, like the ones that's working, some you just like retire. Would that be kind of like, that's what's working for you guys?
We do have a niche, kind of a niche store. It's a broad niche, but we're only testing products in that niche, which is like sometimes you see a lot of products, you're like, damn, I want to test this, but you can't because you're bound with that niche. But it's all right, you know, there's many in our niche to be tested. But that we just wanted to do that because we didn't have the experience in regards to how the pixel reacts to different kind of traffic. And we didn't want to risk it because we had like 1-2 winning products. And we thought, okay, in our niche, there's like 10, 20 more products that we can test like right out of the gate. Why should we swap niches and risk the pixel getting confused? So then we just kind of ran with it. And now that's where we are.
I see. How is tracking on TikTok? Is it pretty accurate?
I mean, it's like you can work with it. For us, it's like 60%, 50%, something like that. Sometimes 70. So it's okay. You can work with it.
And do you get do you guys have also like some other channels, like so on the back end, like Facebook, Google, like email, like stuff like that, kind of like creating more like multi-channel approach?
Our email marketing is currently 8% of our revenue, which is not the highest. We understand that, but we haven't put too much effort into it. We don't have the capacity to explore it fully at the moment. But we are starting out with Google at the moment. Yes. So we have found a very good local Google Ads agency who are very affordable, and which is interesting. And yeah, we're starting out with Google there.
That's awesome.
And also, by the way, we do a little bit of Snapchat, and for Q4 especially, we're going to go into that more because we're just taking over our existing creatives to Snapchat, so it's not that much more of an effort, and it yields good results so far. So it's nice, you know. It just takes a couple more minutes.
Platform.
So you're taking the exactly same like say TikToks, right? And then you're putting them on Snapchat and it's working.
Yeah, it's not working as well as on TikTok, and also Snapchat has a 36-hour data delay, so you can't read data until 36 hours later. You can work with UTMs, but it's not as good, I would say. But still, it's a nice thing because you already have the creatives.
Yeah.
So why not just upload it there, and it works. It's nice.
That's awesome. Okay, so in terms of like product launching process, right? So let's say you start with like product research. You go to the like TikTok and you're finding the products, and you see, let's say there are some products that have already like content for them. So what's your next steps? Kind of like how do you decide whether to test the product in the first place? Because like, do you always look like for products that are validated, or it doesn't matter what the product is, just like looks nice and you just guys, just decide to test it?
In the beginning, it used to be like that we checked TikTok for products and checked for validated products. Although like you can't really check paid advertisement on TikTok. So what we do is we check if there's a video on TikTok or videos on TikTok about the same exact product with a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of shares. And so this is kind of validated for us, because as soon as a product goes viral, you kind of have a hint that it might work. I mean, meanwhile, we are so far that we actually sometimes also just see products on AliExpress or wherever, and we're like, this might work. Let's try it. Because like you're getting the feeling if you keep staying in the same niche, what works and what doesn't work. And we actually had a couple of winners that we didn't find on TikTok. I think so. Like I'm not sure. We just found them somewhere. Checked TikTok, checked YouTube, cut some videos together, and made a nice video cocktail out of what we find on the internet, and just dropped it on TikTok, and it just worked.
So like, let's say you drop it, like how much would you allocate for testing like a product to see if it's selling?
Usually we test with around 8 to 10 creatives, and we test maybe 100, 150 euros, and each actually our testing structure is the following. We have one campaign with, let's say if we have 10 creatives, it's 10 ad sets with one individual creative per ad set, and full broad, and 25 euros per day.
Is there a reason you do it like this? So TikTok is not good in kind of like distributing the spend so what's the reason you do it that way?
Yeah, so it's, I mean, I don't know how it is nowadays with Facebook, but it was the same back then. If you put like 3 or 4 creatives into an ad set, TikTok just picks one, and it picks it with like 98% spend in the end. But of course, it's not always the best. So in reality, what you did is you just tested one creative, because if you pop out one of the losers, right, you put it into another ad set and it performs, you understand, okay, TikTok doesn't care about your ROAS, it cares about the user experience, right? So maybe your CTR is a bit lower, maybe your CPC is a bit higher for the other creative, but there's some more buying power behind it, so your ROAS is actually better. A lot of people buy when seeing that creative. So it's not, for us, we tried different methods, and it's been, for 3 months, it's been the best testing method we had, just individual ads in one ad set.
I think that's a very good tip, man. I think that's and even like, so for us, like on Facebook right now, like since it is update, is like, we find that before we would just let Facebook like, hey, you know, have it like 20, 30 creatives and let Facebook figure it out. Now we'd cut it like, you know, to like 3, 4, because, you know, just kind of like, we don't want that algorithm to do like all of the learning on each one of those, and especially if it's not reporting properly, not reporting back. So we're just cutting it back to the, you know, few winning ads that have actually performed. So and the structure you suggest is it's really interesting. So that's a structure that's been working for you, the structure that with which you scaled.
Yes. So when we like, scaling is a little bit different. So let's say when we, that's why I say creative is so much king, because when we launch a product that in the end does very, very well, even at the start, it can do like a 0.5 or 0.8 ROAS, right? Because only 2 or 3 of those creatives of the 10 creatives work. And the other ones, they just don't work at all. Like they have way less clicks, way less add to carts or anything. So we need that volume of creatives to actually test the product the proper way. And then you just find out that, okay, you got 2 or 3 creatives that work. And usually what we do is very simple. It depends on like the numbers a little bit, but in general, we either put them into an ACO, which is the automated creative optimization. You can select that on ad set level and put 1 or 2 in there and put 5 different texts, dynamic checkout button. So it's a dynamic call to action button. And then you just give it like 5x the spend. And just let it run. And usually that works. If it works out, just increase the budget incrementally or duplicate it. That's one of those things, like both things for us work. Even like you can duplicate existing ones, leave it the same, it works, or just increase the budget.
So as you guys, I mean, you guys have been doing like Facebook, like, so on Facebook, sometimes you can hit like a winning ad and it would do like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue sometimes millions, you know, if you're very like lucky. And so how is it like on TikTok? Like what's, from your experience, at least, what's the capacity of what one good ad, like how far it can go in terms of sales generate?
Interesting. Yeah. So because you hit so many people so quickly, you always need new creatives, and the winning creative, I would say maybe like just from the top of my head, maybe like 15, 20, 30K. And then it would die out. Like that's the max we ever saw, because you see so many people, like at that point, people saw your ad like 5 times. So it's that creative. I mean, so we have for our winning products, like one of our products is running for like 2.5 months now, and we have like 50 creatives for it right now, which is not a lot if you think about on Facebook. If you're doing volume, yes, you have those as well. But if you put it into relation of the volume we're doing, which is not that much, you can see that in my mind, it's a lot of creatives. Like back on Facebook, if we're doing 100K, we have like 3, 4 creatives, or maybe 10, but not 30 or 50K in revenue with one product, but then 40 or 50 creatives for it.
So what we do, like what also might be interesting for somebody else, is what we do with these creatives is like I mean, literally we don't have 50 different creatives. But you just start looking at what works, and then you kind of try to replicate it with like different slices of video material from different creatives, and you just slice it together a little bit, try to tell a story, and this is how you actually get to that many creatives, because obviously there is not that many pictures on the internet, not that many videos. You just try to make the most out of what you have, and you change it, like you put it together differently. So analog on Facebook would be like you change the caption, or like you make it gray-white with a little bit of yellow in between, whatever. So you just change from color to black and white. And what we do is just we slice together different pieces and try stuff out. And actually that like, I mean, Kevin is the ad buyer. I'm actually the creative editor. I think it works as far as I know, but Kevin has the better numbers.
No, it does. And what's very, very important on the platform as well is music. So the music you put behind it, that's, by the way, that's one of the reasons you added the creatives on the TikTok app, because on the TikTok app, you have access to all the music. And when you cut together the clips, TikTok is so smart, it will recommend you music that will hit exactly the cuts. And so your music automatically fits. Like you don't even have to do anything. You just
that's crazy.
Pop up the suggested music, and then you hear like Justin Bieber or whatever, like a trendy song at that moment. In the ad account, like in the ads manager, you can also do edits, but you have royalty-free music, and nobody cares about that. And it's a sound-on platform, so people respond a lot to like trendy music and whether it fits nicely and whether it's got the nice feel to it. So that's a very important thing too.
Yeah, and as weird as it sounds, I mean, if you start using TikTok as an advertising platform, you will automatically start using the app because you got to know what people want, right? If there's new trends, what kind of ads are they use, like what people just do. And after a while, at least at my age, I don't know, I freak out about the music because it's the same all the time. But actually the people using TikTok, they want to hear the same shit day in, day out. I don't know why. It's just like that. So if you have a viral music clip, you just take that thing and you use it for everything all the time, like as long as it fits. It's crazy. Nobody knows why. At least I don't know. And I think Kevin doesn't know either, but it just works.
Crazy. That's crazy. So in terms of like scaling, right? Like, so you said like you guys doing like, let's say German market and Swedish market. Do you translate? Like, does it have to be like, is there like a cultural difference? Is there like a language? Does it have to kind of like, captions need to be in Swedish or captions need to be in German? Like how the approach differs depending on the countries that you're entering?
Yeah, so we have a Swedish store manager who, when we have a winning product, we create an internal task for her to prepare the product, and there's a process for her to follow. And one of the steps in the process is just getting the translation done. So she puts German into the translator, so it translates in English, and she can see English, which of course you can speak English, and then she can translate it from English to Swedish, just mimic the exact landing page. And she does the same thing with creatives. So she translates the creatives, and then she puts a task for her TikTok creative lady with the translations in the task. So our lady just has to, and there's an app on her phone, she just has to copy and paste the phrases and put them exactly in the video for the TikTok, and then we're good to go.
Wow.
And actually, so just another hint, the TikTok algorithm, like it really checks every frame of the video. So just a funny example, sometimes we do like screen capturings, whatever, and show a product.
Yeah.
Sweden has a different currency than other European countries. Sweden has Swedish kroner, we have euros. If you screen capture Euro store and you make a video of the European store, you put that on the Swedish TikTok, your ad gets rejected because they can see the euro sign, the language difference, whatever. I don't know how they do it. They just do it. The ad gets rejected.
No
so
shit.
You really need to go Swedish.
This is crazy.
By the way, that's one other thing that works very well. If you don't have enough videos, if you don't have enough clips, like let's say you have 3 clips of the product, but you don't want to go through ordering it and stuff like that, you can prepare. What we often do is we prepare the product, and what works very well is those screen recordings, like not the screen captures on your phone, but literally taking a video off your laptop screen and then cutting in the pieces. And that's kind of like a trend because it's so native. Like if you, as a content creator, if you want to tell a story to your audience, like what you just bought, apparently that's what you do, right? In a very kind of trashy, low quality way, but it's authentic. So that's what people do, and that's why it works so well if you're doing it in ads.
Let's say you have like some creator like kind of reviewing the product, or like you see the product like video, like you just take your phone and you just like record it from your laptop as is, and that's what you edit, that's what you post as an ad.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best creatives we had actually was, if you know the platform a little bit, you know the green screen effect, right? I'm not sure if you're familiar with the green screen effect.
No, I mean, no. I know.
Come on, Alex, you need to be on TikTok.
I'm trying to like, I'm like a dinosaur, you know. It's like I'm like old school, you know. So, but I mean, I'll get into it. Like, we'll.
It's an effect where on the background a video plays, like in the video a background plays, and you can move your person into it, right? So you come in and you do like kind of a reaction, or you just say like, wow, this is a cool product right here, and you move out again. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you Google green screen TikTok, then it pops up. And one of the best creatives where was just me filming the website and then me coming into the frame, doing like a reaction, like, ooh, and then moving out again. And then we just posted this as an ad. And we didn't have the product, we didn't have any other material. We just used this as a video and it worked. So that's like kind of the magic of TikTok. It's so low quality.
the trashier it gets, the better it might work. And you really gotta adapt to that like trashy image of TikTok videos. You don't have to dance. You can basically just toss in a screenshot and his face, wherever that works.
I mean, I take it.
Hey guys, people have been asking me how we scale to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook. And we have a very sophisticated solution for this that I want to share with you, but it's just like too valuable to give away for free. So if you guys want this solution, just book a call with one of my team members and we'll show you exactly what it is and how it works, and we'll see if that's a good fit for you and for your business. So just book a call with my team member. We'll share it with you so you can scale your business to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, without having inconsistency, and with high profitability. So just book a call with my team and I'll see you there.
So you guys, German, Swedish, like what other markets you see, like kind of like, so before you get into some market, like do you go like and check the stats? Okay, this country has so many people, so many users on TikTok, like kind of like, do you do some initial kind of like investigation, or you just like, hey, screw it, let's just test it out and just put something out there?
If it's enough users, it's fine for us. Except maybe, for example, in Italy, there is a lot of what you call when you pay on delivery. So that's kind of maybe harder to set up. That's what I heard. But we should look into that as well. But for example, in France, if we see there's a lot of users there, for us, that's enough.
I mean, literally, so we have Germany, Austria, Switzerland, which is 20 million roundabout. Maybe it's more now, or I don't know. It should be more. And in Sweden, I don't want to lie to you. I think it's only 3 million users, isn't it?
Yeah.
3.5. And Sweden, like whatever we do in Sweden just works.
Yeah.
So like the size, we had even better performing products in Sweden than in Germany. Although it's the same, like we had the same numbers, just the lifetime span with a smaller audience. The lifetime span of a product is lower with a smaller audience.
Like Swedish people are just like so nice, they're just like, they're gonna buy it now. Like
take our money.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, for anybody, of course, it's the classic thing. I think a lot of people mentioned it. You need Klarna set up.
Yeah.
PayPal, of course, but Klarna. So for international people, of course, there are solutions to get it still, but it might be a bit more challenging to get into the markets because of that payment provider challenge right there.
By the way, guys, is you guys both in Germany now?
Yeah.
And it's almost like 1 a.m. for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, I mean, guys, thank you so much for making the time for this.
Well, thank you for having us, of course.
Oh man, like I think it's such an interesting platform. So how is, like, let's say with expansion to other countries, right? Like in terms of the team building, like what would you expect? Let's say you want to expand to France, you now want to expand to UK. Would you have to hire like some new people to your team in order to accommodate that growth, or the same people can manage kind of like this the same flow?
So what we like having is somebody who speaks the language natively, like somebody actually a little bit smarter, store manager that speaks the language well. So I mean, you sometimes need to use street language for the translations. And if you have a translator from somewhere, they would just probably go and translate it one-to-one, but it doesn't really sound native to people. And you want native texts, native titles, native creatives that actually sound like something people would buy. So what we actually did in the beginning was we just had a translator and we did it ourselves. So we had somebody translate a text from our product page, the creatives, and then we just tossed it to our Swedish store. Now we have a store manager, and from now on the process is we hire a store manager that is capable of speaking the language perfectly, and that is capable of doing like maybe a little bit of Photoshop, but it actually has an idea of pictures and does know how to use a computer and a little bit of Shopify. We don't need that much more. So we need somebody to manage the store, but not the ads. The ads are still ours.
How much would that person get paid? Like, how much would you pay that person?
We pay the store managers €1,000 plus profit share.
How much?
€1,000 plus profit share. So
okay.
It's not a full-time job. It's like 20. I think we're at 20 hours. Correct me if I'm wrong, Otto.
Oh, really?
We're around about.
And what we have is that's actually where all the value comes in from your group as well, because we talk to so many people, including Wouter and Marek, and I want to thank them and thank you, of course, for connecting us and also sharing value, because it's all about like learning how to structure the company properly and structure the processes internally is a big thing for us. Because if not, just the complexity explodes in your face. And what we have right now is we have sort of a mission control where all the stuff happens and other store managers can access those resources. And then we have store managers around that mission control. And so, for example, customer service, fulfillment, finance and accounting, all these things are in mission control. And these store managers, like, they don't have to do any reports. They don't have to worry about fulfillment or customer service. We do it in the middle. And also the creatives and the video shooting, that's all done in the middle. So this way, we just started with the store managers like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this way, we feel like it's very scalable. And like the first product test with them, we're actually very happy. We have a first nice winner with the store manager in Sweden. So that's very cool. It's very exciting to see. It's very scalable, I think. So the more people come around, or the more markets we open up with the store managers, I feel like the system can be really tested and improved here. But we have the capacity for like 2 or 3 more stores, and not get any more people in the mission control, I believe. That should be a thing. Yeah.
That's interesting structure. I mean, our structure is simple, because we do funnels mostly, and it's typically like, one product, funnel. So our structure is a lot simpler, but this is very interesting, because let's say like if you go like the general store kind of like model, have you guys started thinking, okay, so here's how many products you want to test on a daily basis, like establishing benchmarks or something for that to cut them quickly, or like kind of like, are you guys moving in that direction?
Yeah, so we have our OKRs set up. I don't know, have you heard about OKRs?
OKR, was it?
OKRs are objectives and key results. We're in love with them. It's you can go to whatmatters.com, and it's like this goal setting framework that has been developed and is used by many companies. It's helping us very much to set goals and track them the right way.
Actually, it's a nice an employee told us about it.
Yes,
we didn't even know about it. He's like a
told us.
17-year-old dude that has this live structured in ClickUp and tasks and like really organized. And he told us, yeah, well, do you know OKRs? And now Kevin, keep talking.
Now we're using it. Yeah.
That's crazy shit, man. No, I mean, we're good.
And so that's very nice. So right now we're setting up our testing scale is still pretty small, which is 3 products per week per store, simply because we're still refining our processes, and we are very busy with building the processes, building the systems, so we can actually scale up nicer. But for Q4, I think we're set up very nicely now. A lot of processes, like all the compensation models of the profit shares, all the internal processes are built, and they work very well. So yeah, we believe it's a nice system. By the way, we manage our OKRs are set up in the same way as our company structure. Yeah. And then our ClickUp, we also use ClickUp for project management, and it's set up in the same structure, like all of our Slack channels and all the ClickUp and all our Google Drive, everything is kind of the same structure. And I believe it works very well. It's pretty smooth. It's easy to understand with the mission control and the store basis. So
who's doing that? Like, who's is that your on your side, Kevin? Like all of
yeah,
these?
I'm the systems processes kind of person. Yeah. But we of course we consult and
set up charts.
Yes,
he loves it. Like there's all
SOPs.
These small little boxes, and there's a legend right next to it, and it all has colors and shit. And I'm just looking at that, and I'm like, wow, how can this be fun? Like, how can somebody like to do that?
You're like Wowzer. It's like Wowzer is like showing me, it's like, holy shit, what is like, wow, it's like, I mean, we just use like a Google Doc, it's like,
I mean, if it works, right? So
yeah. I mean, we try, but I mean now, like we also, we have chief operating officers that bring you a lot of these, making stuff, kind of like more scalable. As you said, it's you want to position it where it's like you can handle more volume, and to handle more volume, everyone needs to function in a universal way, and kind of like refer to the same, to the same KPI, the same metrics, to the same processes. So there is no like one person does it this way and then another does this way, and then like mass all over the place as the more people you add to your
team. You use Google Docs for your SOPs?
Yeah, Google Docs, spreadsheets. We use Trello, we keep it like so simple. We wouldn't have like any of these, because try them in the past, like then you'd spend more time managing fucking that management software, then it's like actually doing work. So it's like, I think there's like some kind of like on the middle, you know,
The sweet spot.
and so we try to focus on kind of like just like speed of execution, trying to keep it simpler. But I've noticed some of our like media buyers, I mean, they created their own kind of like frameworks and boards and like and processes for themselves, because that's
awesome.
for them just like easier to operate, which is, you know, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, we are looking to we're very big. I heard this in the business classic Good to Great. I believe you probably know that book, right? And that one phrase stuck in my mind, which is manage systems, not people, and which I believe is a great thing. So
I believe in people, man. I believe in people. Like I believe in people. Like
yeah, for sure. I mean, the way I think this is meant, or at least that was the context of it, was you getting great people on your bus, and you're building systems around it, and they can be very free in moving in those systems, right? It's not like a constraint around them, but rather it's you're giving them the tools to excel and to be great. And it might be, and in that way, a system can be beneficial because they're not working individually, they're working in a team. So if that system is used by all the team members, then I believe it can be a great thing. But hey, you know more about this than I do, of course, because you're running at a way bigger scale. So don't listen to me.
I think, man, like I think there's like so many ways to achieve like the outcome, you know. I know like, and our business model is different from your business model. My friends, you know, who are running like 9-figure brands, I mean, their business model is different. They're like, I mean, they're like org chart and kind of like the all of the people in their teams, like, I mean, it's all totally different, you know. So depending on the middle on the business you're on, it's kind of, I think, you know, entrepreneurs are kind of like adapting. Okay, so let's do a bit of this, this doesn't work, and so kind of like finding their way in. I don't think there's like one kind of like universal like way to like operate, you know, site in terms of like you know, it's kind of like find what's working for you and with resources that you have. You know, sometimes, you know, you'd have to hire, like, so for example, the key hires in our company, I mean, those are like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. You know, it's like sometimes you just like, oh, I mean, like I cannot afford like $150,000 like person, you know. So it's kind of you adapting to that, and like, okay, so then we'll just might need to put more process in place to compensate for that, right? So kind of like, so instead of like that person coming in and creating their own like process and creating everything, like, because they would have that expertise, you'd have to create it for them. Which, I mean, if you have that skill set, I personally don't, man. I mean, I'm so bad. But
you have people that are good at it, right?
Yeah. That's my like, that's what we're trying to like just fuck, you know. It's like, and I tried like to fix myself so many years, and I simply couldn't. So I just like, okay, that's not, you know, I'm good at certain things. Let me put myself where I'm the best applied at, you know. So kind of like, let me do this thing like, you know, as much time as possible. So because that's like what brings the most value to the company. And then the rest of the things that I'm not the best at, give to these people because they enjoy it, they love it, they do it like naturally. So structure you guys have is interesting. You enjoy it, obviously, so you do it and you enjoy your stuff. So it's awesome. You know, I think that's the most important part, to find like what you're good at and just like, you know, and just double down on that.
It's good to work in a business that you really love and love what you do. So we're very happy about that.
Do you guys like, are you guys like looking into like brand? Okay, so let's say these products we've done well with, let's just like brand those, like improve customer experience and like kind of like turn them into like real like sellable companies.
We're currently at it. We didn't finish it yet. So like branding the products ourselves is going to be a little bit hard for ours, but we will do package branding and actually also story branding. I don't know if you know the book Building a Story Brand.
That's a good one, yeah.
It's a badass book. Like has all of these examples with the movies. I mean, you just get the point, the whole point of it, and you need to practice a bit. So that's what we kind of use a little bit in the copies on the product pages on the main page. And this is also what we are going to be using on the packaging. We will add a little card or whatever to our products and trying to like make the people recognize what we sell so that they like turn to returning customers and that it's actually known as a brand. Actually, that so we want this whole thing, like our whole drop shipping business, to become an asset in the future that if we're ever tired of it, we could just say, all right, anybody interested in buying, we have a brand here and that brand has a value.
Yeah.
Because right now we're just selling stuff drop shipping wise, but we don't really have a brand that people recognize. And as soon as you have a brand like this one, for example, somebody might be interested in buying it.
For sure, 100%. Yeah, that's definitely a way to go. And I mean, just to give you like, that's direction for our business as well. Like next year, I don't think anything, we'll just have everything, you know, with like fast shipping, like 2-3 days. And because that's a way to go, you know, it's like, and we have guys, I mean, I think we have some guys, I think Alias from Netherlands in the community, we have some few more guys from Germany as well, like Michael Arlt, so also from the community. So that kind of like went through that transition already, kind of like on the branding side.
Yeah.
So you guys can connect with them. And
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Do you actually have like, so when you're saying 2-3 shipping days, 2-3 days shipping, you actually have stock then?
Yeah, you'd have to do it. You'd have to do it. So, I mean, we have some, you know, it's like, so we sell mostly in the United States. United States is like pretty, you know, it's pretty bad right now in terms of like, there's like 70 ships outside of California that are waiting to be unloaded with like container ships because it's such a big backlog. And also there's like corruption, I guess, because the docks will like, whoever bids the most gets to unload. So it comes down to like as a bidding war basically. And so yeah, so it's a mess from that side. So now like with that in mind, like let's say you ship something from China and I mean obviously it will be stuck there. Like so now if we ship like by the air, you know, products small and light, like we ship by the air, I mean we can have it like in 10-12 days. It's not ideal, but at least you know it gets there like versus it gets stuck in there. So yeah, so I think that will be like, I mean, we've sent it before, you know, the inventory, but I mean, still in transit. We'll see how it goes. But I mean,
I'm getting Chinese New Year vibes from that. Like when it's stuck for weeks and it doesn't send out.
I mean, probably everybody has had it, the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, it gives me the chills.
And also, like, I mean, I don't know what that is, but like maybe China wants to punish like the United States or something. Like they basically limited. I think there was like I've read news. Like one of my agents like sent me like so. Basically, China. Maybe I can find it. China. They have limited. Like they said, okay, so there's certain factories that are like taking like too much electricity.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like, I mean, so it's kind of like it doesn't impact, you know, your business and my business, you know, until it does, right? Like, so,
True.
yeah. So China threatens more global supply chain chaos. Like,
yeah,
power supply, boom. So they don't have like power now. Like, what they do is like government says, hey, you know, you factories. Like you only work 3 days a week from now on until we figure it out.
Yeah.
Now, like, where do you source your products? What do you
that's
So, yeah, it's interesting. And for you guys, I mean, and that's like I think our products have not been like, at least for now, impacted. They're the factories that, you know, we work at least, but you guys can acquire from your side. Okay, how is it looking on that side? Like in terms of like supply,
how would you, it's an interesting question for you and for the viewers, maybe, how would you solve the stock issue if you have many products in your inventory? It's because you're saying you have one product funnels mostly, but that might be easier to calculate. But how would you solve it if you have like 40 products in your inventory and maybe 8 of those are winners, but in the next 2 weeks, there's going to be 5 new winners. You know what I mean?
I mean, yesterday was my friend. He's running a quite large business. Mm-hmm. He's selling used tires in the United States.
Damn.
So, and I could complain to him about the SKUs we have. I mean, he has like 30,000 SKUs or something. Mm-hmm. If I'll be operating this kind of like, I would do is like, okay, so I'll find someone who figured it out and I'll ask them.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know. You know, yeah. It's like, because I mean, on this stage, like, I don't know. And it's like, I mean, even if I do know, like, I mean, he told me, but I mean, it gives a lot of perspective. Like, for example, so they sell used tires, they have this like
sophisticated process. Like they have like warehouses, like, I don't know, let's say 100,000 square feet, which is like what, I don't know, 30,000 meters, like square meters. Yeah,
Not small.
So like, but I mean, like, so he shared some of the processes that they have, like, so kind of like for each tire to go through the inspection, through all of those things. As of now, we don't have these things, you know, we have pretty like simple process. Like, so our suppliers have access to Shopify stores where all of the orders from the funnels, you know, get integrated, or they have access directly to the other app that we are using for funnels. And so they're importing orders directly, pretty much spreadsheet. It's like, it's very like old school, but it gets the job done. But first of all, like, I'm not a big fan of like many SKUs, like, you know, because I just experienced the other side. I know what's possible. Let's say it was like one product, or like, you know, like small niche stores, like just less complexity. But on the other side, I mean, it's a bigger barrier of entry. If you can figure out like big SKU kind of like game, then it's like for someone else to get into that game, it's a bigger barrier of entry, like in terms of your competitive edge, like Fashion Nova, you know, or these like big brands that got like, you know, momentum. It's like, how do I beat these people? Like, it's
true. We're actually like waiting for, because we'll start with Google in like 10 days. And I'm kind of hoping that when we have a second channel that is brings in reliable revenue, that we can easier like because then we're generally more stable, and then we could look into getting inventory, because I believe like relying on one income or like traffic stream and then buying all SKUs for it from just that traffic might not be a good business tactic.
And we did it one. Sorry.
I mean, we have, I don't know if you know guys from the Provolone, Nadav, like, I mean, two guys, awesome guys. I mean, so they also like transitioned from dropshipping model. They still the product in a pet niche, and doing pretty well with it, like 1 mil per month. So, and they ship from China still. They ship from China. I mean, they branded their packaging. It looks nice. The quality of the product is good. There's a community, you know, where their customers are. And it's kind of like everything is kind of like, I mean, the same experience that you would have like from like any other brand, you know, that's like, so, I mean,
what's the shipping time?
Well,
just
10 days. Yeah. Well,
So it's not ideal, but it's like, I think
it's all right.
I think the biggest probably thing is, I mean, shipping is, I mean, if it's 3 days, probably would be better. But on the other side of it is like product quality in of itself. I think that's a bigger factor, because okay, you ship like in 2 days, but then people get a product and they're not happy with the quality. Versus okay, so it's been like longer than people expected, but then people open the package and it's like, it's good quality product. They got what they've been like a bit frustrated. So, I mean, but I think product quality probably and packaging would probably be like even higher in that kind of like hierarchy than like the shipping.
True,
You want to connect, mastermind, and network with 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs? Join our free community on Facebook, which is called Brand Hypergrowth. It's for only entrepreneurs who are already doing at least $30,000 or more in sales per month and want to go to 7, 8 figures. So you can connect, you can network, you can mastermind, you can exchange insights and value with these guys and take your business to the next level. So there should be a link in the description. Make sure you join today.
I mean, you have to do a little bit more than reach their expectations. If they wait a long time, you actually have to blast their expectations. Like it has to be better than what they expected. And I think then people will just accept it. They will open it and like, okay, I waited for this for a long time, but I'm super happy with it. So basically, what you just said about your friends, the ones shipping within 10 days and branding from China. So this is our next step with the Story brand. We have a really, really good, reliable, I wouldn't say supplier, it's a fulfiller that actually replies within an hour, perfect English. You can talk to him. He doesn't lie. This is like,
oh wow, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's a surprise, right?
There's actually people not lying to you.
Comment in the comment, supplier, if you want a supplier.
True.
We get 1,000 comments. This video goes like viral and like everywhere. Like we get like million views.
We don't get these responses anymore like this. sorry, friend. It just we solve it so fast for you, my friend, and then it's like nothing happens for 10 days. And you're like, no, we get proper replies.
Yeah, or they pretend like shipping times are 7 days for them, or like preparation times are 5 days, like
And then it's
the
like
classic
double.
AliExpress supplier. And then you're like, after 15 days, hey man, what was that with the 5 days of preparation time? What happened? Oh, sorry, friend. Yeah, bullshit. I mean, we've taken enough of that. So our fulfiller is actually it's heaven. So you tell them there is an issue with their system, they fix that issue within 1 day. You tell them you want something special, they will actually try to source a completely new product that doesn't exist on the market for you, and give hints on what to do. They do so much stuff for us. It's unbelievable. I don't even know how that works and where they found those people. Seriously, they are just really good. And what the supplier does, or what they can do for us, is so classic shipping or agent fulfillment from China. They source the product somewhere, ship it to Europe, do it with a decent tracking process. Next step is they can actually put stock in their own warehouse in China, which will reduce preparation time, sure. But then they also have warehouses all over the world, especially in Europe and the USA. So if you tell them, hey man, I want this product, can you source it for me to a European warehouse? We want faster shipping times. He promised us that he can reach Europe within 14 days shipping in a bulk package. So you can ship in 14 days to a European warehouse. They will do shipping and returns within Europe, for example. So you don't have to bother anything anymore. They just do it. And this really helped us a lot. It's a perfect content.
How did you find that agent, that partner?
Just connections. Like I know a couple of people in the US and business partners, and they're like, hey, you got a good supplier? Yes, there you go. So it was cool. It's good, yeah. If I can refer to anybody, of course, sure. I mean, that's when you're starting out with dropshipping.
We get now we have 1,000 people commenting, and now it's 1,000 people reaching out to your agent. It's like your agent is like, I'm like, no, friend.
No, he has to work for us, please.
We definitely need an affiliate link for that.
Well, maybe, I don't even know if he has one, but we gotta say we only can refer 3 more people, otherwise he won't sleep anymore and his service will go down. So I hope he
yeah, with service providers, this is oftentimes what happens. It's like they're amazing once you work with them, or maybe one of the first clients, and then kind of over time, I mean, because their operation needs to grow accordingly as a skill, right? So they cannot serve clients on the same level. I mean, there's only so many hours in a day. So as long as they, and oftentimes, that happens like that. It's like, I think with service providers, they undercharge because they want to be competitive. Yeah. And now they don't have sufficient margin to hire extra people. Yeah. And this is it. And they just burn themselves into the ground because, I mean, there's no margin to hire people. And they can't serve their client, and then it's so.
I mean, don't put bad images in our heads. I hope it doesn't happen with ours.
I'm so paranoid, in terms of geez, man.
Are you working with one agent only, or do you work with multiple?
3.
All right. Just to spread the risk, or?
Yeah, exactly. And then I mean, all of them can do whatever we want them to do, but. All of them can source all of the products if we wanted to, but we just don't want to. I mean, I prefer okay, so if something breaks, at least breaks with only one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's the right approach. I have no idea. I know some people that work with kind of one solid partner. So I think that's also. I mean, I think it's you find whatever works for you. It's
yeah.
Okay. You feel comfortable with this setup. You feel comfortable working with with this partner, and just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no wrong or right. It's either it works for you or it doesn't work for you. I mean, we're not in school where they're you have an equation and somebody wants an answer from you. We're done with that bullshit. There is you try and error, and this is why we are where we at, right?
Yeah, exactly. World is not black and white. It's more gray. It's
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we hear, sometimes I mean.
What would you do at this moment when we were in preparation for Q4 is over right now, and we have the numbers we have 7 people on our team. But still, like just from the information you got in this call right now, what would you do if you were in our shoes?
Maximize email marketing revenue.
All right, that's a valid answer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, get like an audit. You know what I mean? Like get like an audit. Like, hey, pay someone like a few $100 or something. Like they're like, I mean, there's so many people on even like on Upwork or different agencies say just get an audit from them and like what could be done better, like you know, in terms of maybe some major sequences you could like implement only once, maybe some type of like campaigns specifically. By the way, guys, and I'll drop it as well. If you want, we put together a document for like Black Friday, like Cyber Monday, like different email campaigns. Just comment BFCM below, so I can share it with you. And yeah, so I mean, I would first like on email marketing side. So it's, I mean, I look at it from very simple perspectives. Like, okay, so email marketing. So then you maximizing the traffic because the traffic will get more expensive. So that's one. Number two is the creative side. So if you guys have enough creative for like Q4, I mean, so that's good. Because
we do have a lot. It's true.
So if you have that, so this is awesome. Then third one is inventory, and especially with this stuff that's happening right now, it's like reach out to your supplier and kind of like find out like whether there are like shortages, what is looking like, you know, because like tomorrow, like there might be some, and we've had this, like I think it was 2018. I mean, we have it almost every year. Like it's like you're selling something well during Q4, but I mean, you're not the only person who's selling it well during Q4. And sometimes that kind of like other, you know, the competitor would just like, hey, reach out to factories and would buy like every single fucking unit they can. And so like now, like you want to fulfill your product. Now you have like backlog of like, you know, in good time, like few weeks until you can fulfill the items because you didn't order. So we've done that mistake, and that hurt a lot. And so
do you stop ads in that moment, or are you just winging it?
I mean, like 2018. I mean, I wasn't very like sophisticated. So
you were just going.
Yeah. We've been there. You know, everybody's been there.
Oh, man, I got laughed so hard. We did it at the beginning of this year. So like when we found each other, it was actually November last year, whatever, like a little the backlog history thing. And we kind of tried a couple of different products. And I said, hey, man, let's just copy from somebody else, see what works. Yeah. Make a nice homepage, like make it a little bit prettier. Because what we had there was like, it was the basic of basic, and it didn't really look good.
The classic general dropshipping store.
It was eye cancer, to be honest. Like if you looked at it, it hurt your eyes. So we started somewhere beginning of January, like first success. And you know, like there's Chinese New Year coming around the corner, like in January. You know it's coming. So we bought stock. We bought a little bit of stock. I don't know how much it was, like 10,000 euros, maybe 15,000.
I think it was like 20. Yeah.
I don't know, man. We're like way too little. We sold that within the first 5 days, and we just kept selling all over Chinese New Year. We went to 10K days back then with our first successful dropshipping product, and then shit blew up. Ban on Facebook. People got mad.
Chargebacks and everything.
Oh my god.
You learn from it. You do it. That thing you only do once. And then it causes so much it takes so much headspace and the overhead involved. It's just...
I answered like 2,000 tickets on the support because we didn't have a support employee. I just kept typing.
But she would just like
we fired her.
We had to get rid of her.
You guys are awesome. You have like someone has like a better memory than the other. Who has a better memory?
So much stuff happen, right? That's the business. It's so dynamic. It's like one time you're doing this, and a month later you're in a completely different spot. So that's why, you know, sometimes our memory is little.
It's a learning, man. But I think, I mean, these kind of like painful experiences is like, I think they're like helpful in a way, you know. Because
never gonna happen again.
Yeah, exactly. This is what you tell yourself. Fuck, you know. Like I won't make it, you know, it won't make it happen, and like you just do everything in your power to not let it happen again. So
exactly. You grow as a business owner. You see these things, you learn from them, and it's an important experience for sure.
And
Interesting
actually,
as
that whole
well.
thing made us go to TikTok. Basically, like
Yeah.
it was the first step, because like we set up a new company, new structure, whatever. A company setup in Europe, especially in Germany, takes forever. You don't want to do it. It just takes forever. I know we just took it from the start. Facebook agency setup took forever as well, 3 months or something. So we were like slowly running out of money. And then I was just sitting in my office and I look over there and I'm like, hey man, don't you work for TikTok? And he's like, yeah. Do you need a contact? I'm like, yeah. And that's how it started. 5 days later, we have this enterprise account with basically unlimited spend. And
it's also what's very nice for the enterprise account. It's on an invoice basis, and we get invoices like 30 days later. So cash flow is just.
And you have a 1 month payment goal on the invoice. So basically, you get the invoice 1 month later.
Yeah.
And pay another month later. We
can pay like 60 days after we spent the money. So that's like. It's amazing.
That's amazing. In Germany, right? You need to have like a German company to use that.
So you can get enterprise accounts in the US as well. From what I've heard, like it's the same as with Facebook. Facebook is so high that you don't really get there. But for agency account or for those enterprise accounts, I think in the US it's like 100K spend a month. So that's what I've been told when we started with it. And in Germany it's still like it's pretty low. Like our spend is maybe like 40 or 50K, not like a little lower, like 30K this month maybe. And they told us like usually it's not that low, but because they're trying to get new advertisers and stuff like that, it's still that low. So if any viewer has like a contact or something, like go for it now, because maybe thresholds will rise and then you won't have the chance anymore to get that account. But once you have it, you don't lose it anymore.
Wow, that's crazy.
5 spots available. We want them to have time for us though.
True.
Yeah, it's like let's sell the spots, guys. Who wants like enterprise accounts? It's a $5,000 a pop, and
for the cheap price of 10K.
And we accept credit cards, we accept PayPal, we accept
Bitcoin is the best. Nobody can track it.
No chargebacks to Bitcoin. No, just
I know it's nice for you, and like for entrepreneurs, you gotta have some sleep, because otherwise, like next day, so
true.
You're awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Lots of great insights. So if people want to connect, you guys have like Instagrams or something like that?
I'm also in some of the groups, and you can reach out to me, and I'd love to just help you out and everything, of course. Because the group has been so valuable to me and like honestly to my life. So that was like really a big thing for us.
That makes my fucking day. Like when you say that, it's like,
yeah, bro, for sure. Like 100% it's true. Like, thank you so much, because that really was like one of the big things for us.
Actually, our first drop shipping success was your fault.
Oh man, man, I gotta collect some royalties. If I would get like 1%, let me just get like 1%, from like, fuck, man, I would be like.
True, yeah. I mean,
it's like just like
we will make you one of these golden YouTube badges just with your logo on top of it and send it to you. Like the framed ones, like the plate, just.
Or we'll two together. We'll take a selfie and then like make a golden frame around it, and then you'll just get that. And you're like, thank you.
And then sell it as an NFT as well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, always make the most money out of it.
50 Ethereums or like 100 Ethereums. Guys, thank you so much. You're awesome. And
thank you so much as well. And
I'm looking forward to see, it's like every time I have an interview, it's like, I want to see, okay, so here we are, like, and I fucking love it. It's like, I want to see that progression. And I see that in you, like, you have your strong sides, you have your strong sides, you guys complement each other. It's like, and, I'm looking forward to see your next success.
Yeah. We want to be back here again for sure and drop some more value.
Okay. Give us 2 more months until we reach 1 million and then we'll be all right.
Exactly. Sounds like a plan.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who watched. Again, comment BFCM, so send me the templates. And I mean, definitely like this video. If you watched till this point, just click that button and like it, subscribe it, and like this. We have these type of people, man, and like, fuck. You guys are the best. So thank you for making it like 1:20 a.m. European
time.
All
good. It's all good. Always for you, Alex. Come on.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Kevin, my man. And
Yeah, I'll see you guys next time with even more. Like, I mean, you impressed already. Even more impressive results. And have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
See you. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Bye, guys. Thank you.